Borderlands 4 is right around the corner, and now is a perfect time to take a look at the whole story of Borderlands from start to finish so that you can be caught up and ready for the new game. In this video, from the very first Vault Hunters to the rise and fall of Handsome Jack to the Calypso twins and even beyond, there's a lot to cover. So, grab a snack, relax, or just put me up on your second monitor because this is going to be a long one. And I feel like I don't really need to say this, but the following video will include spoilers for all of the Borderlands games, just in case you haven't played them yet. So, without further ado, let's start the breakdown of the entire Borderlands timeline right here in one video, so you'll be caught up for the release of Borderlands 4.
So, you want to hear a story, huh?
To fully understand the lore of the Borderlands games, we have to go back, before even the events of Borderlands 1 by a couple million years or so. Back then, there was an alien race known only as the Iridians. They inhabited their universe with ancient Iridian technology that far surpassed anything the current universe has been able to create thus far. Most of the ancient Iridian race was destroyed long ago. However, they were able to store their technology in secret treasure troves known as vaults. Each planet has its own vault key, which allows the vaults to be opened. Along with the key, the vault is also commonly guarded by a vault monster. Okay, now that you know a little bit about the history of vaults and how they work, let's fast forward millions of years into modern times. The universe has been fully inhabited at this point. A small company known as Atlas encounters an Iridian vault on the planet of Promethea. This is the first vault that's been found by modern people. Because of this, the vault rumors spread across the universe, and suddenly everyone is looking for these vaults that contain old Iridian technology. It's at this time where corporations like Dahl and Atlas decide to start branching out onto other planets, one of them being Pandora. This is where an Iridian tech from Dahl named Patricia Tanis had uncovered fragments of the Pandora vault key, confirming that there was in fact a vault on Pandora. The rest of the key fragments had been moved by and scattered all over Pandora by bandits. Alright, with all the backstory out of the way, let's hop into the events of the first Borderlands game. 4 Vault Hunters, Roland, Mordecai, Brick, and Lilith, arrive at the town of Firestone, led by a mysterious voice in their heads they only know as Angel. The Vault Hunters slowly begin to clear out the local bandit populations. They eventually kill a bandit boss named Sledge, who had a vault key. At this time, the leader of the Crimson Lance, Commandant Steele, declared rule over the planet, and any Iridian artifacts be turned over to the Crimson Lance. The Vault Hunters travel to a new city called New Haven, which is one of the largest surviving cities on the planet, and they learn about the Dahl tech Patricia Tanis. She directs the Vault Hunters into the next 3 pieces of the vault key. While trying to get these fragments, they run into the Crimson Lance. After killing the 3rd bandit boss Flint, Tanis actually reveals that she had the final piece of the vault key and has been captured by the Crimson Lance. Commandant Steele then disables the Echo Network, and the Vault Hunters set out to a Crimson Lance base named the Crimson Enclave in order to rescue Tanis. After the Vault Hunters saved Tanis, as well as reactivated the Echo Network, Tanis sends the Vault Hunters after Steele, who after seeing the vault key is attempting to open the vault. The Vault Hunters then reach the vault while Steele is about to open it, and after opening it, Steele is immediately killed by the Destroyer. The Vault Hunters were able to kill the Destroyer, and a new element called Iridium is released all over Pandora. Hyperion, which is another corporation similar to Dahl and Atlas, finds out about the Iridium and begins to move into Pandora. After defeating the Destroyer, the Vault Hunters, as well as Athena, who was a Crimson Lance defector, fight off the Crimson Lance, driving them off of Pandora for good. This brings us to the end of the original Borderlands game and into the Pre Sequal. Now that the Crimson Lance is gone, Athena seeks out work as a mercenary. She eventually comes across a distress signal put out by a Hyperion engineer named Jack. Jack is on the Hyperion space station known as Helios, which is currently under attack by the Lost Legion. Athena, as well as fellow Vault Hunters Wilhelm, Claptrap, Timothy Lawrence, who is known as Jack's doppelganger, Nisha, and Aurelia. The crew settles on Elpis, which is Pandora's moon. They are led to a town called Concordia, which essentially will become the sanctuary of this game. There, they will meet up with Lilith, Roland, and Moxie, who assist in helping Jack fast travel off of Helios. Jack then kills the Marif, who is the mayor and sheriff of Concordia, and creates a plan to retake Helios. The team then creates an army of robots from parts at an old doll factory to assist in taking back Helios. During this time, Roland, Lilith, and Moxie gain some concern about Jack's plans, but they decide to go with him anyway. Jack and the team then travel to Helios to confront Colonel Zarpedon, who is the leader of the Lost Legion. Zarpedon then reveals the location of the vault on Elpis before being killed. After Zarpedon's death, Roland, Lilith, and Moxie turn against Jack, as they view him as evil from all his power. They begin to head after the vault, hoping to reach it before Jack, but Jack sends a crew of his robots to search for the vault. The team finds and defeats the Sentinel, who was the guardian of the vault. However, Jack arrives at the perfect time to claim his prize, an artifact, which gave him visions of a vault on Pandora. Lilith, not being too pleased with Jack, understandably, decides to smash the artifact right in Jack's face, leaving a nasty scar of a vault symbol on Jack's face. Because Jack is now ugly as shit, he puts a mask on and he calls himself Handsome Jack. With the Hyperion Corporation fully under his control, he uses them to seek out the vault he saw in his vision on Pandora. This brings us to the end of the pre-sequel and into the events of Borderlands 2. After 3 years of time since the final events of the pre-sequel, a new team of Vault Hunters, including Axton, Maya, Zero, Salvador, Gage, and Krieg, survive a train bombing intending to kill them by none other than Mr. Handsome Jack. They unite with Claptrap and with him traverse to try and reach Sanctuary to reunite with Roland and Lilith. At this point, Brick has been kicked out of the Crimson Raiders for killing a Hyperion spy, and Mordecai has left and gone to do his own thing. When the Vault Hunters reach Sanctuary, they find out that Roland has been kidnapped by a group of bandits. They reunite with Lilith, and with her, they rescue Roland from Hyperion, who has taken him from the Bloodshots. After freeing him, he reveals that he has a plan to stop Jack from reaching the vault. The Vault Hunters, with the help of Mordecai and Tiny Tina, try to get the vault key, which they believe is being held on a train. However, instead they find Wilhelm, which, unbeknownst to them, has been poisoned by Handsome Jack in order for him to fall easily. It is then when they find a power core on Wilhelm's body that Angel insists can be used to power Sanctuary's shields for a long time. After returning the core to the city, Jack reveals to the Vault Hunters that Angel is actually working for him. Angel drops Sanctuary's shields, and the Hyperion space station Helios begins firing upon the defenseless Sanctuary. Scooter is able to get the city to fly, and Lilith teleports the city in the sky to keep it safe. After this, Angel continues to help the Vault Hunters get back to Sanctuary, where she reveals that Jack is using her to charge the vault key. She mentions that the vault is actually a monster named the Warrior that Jack wants to control to destroy Pandora. The team brings back Brick, and with his help, they assault the Hyperion compound in which Angel and the vault key are. And, if there weren't enough plot twists already, Jack reveals that Angel is actually his daughter, and she is also a siren. Angel tells the Vault Hunters to kill her in order to stop the vault key from being charged. After Angel dies, Jack teleports right behind Roland and shoots him in the back, killing him instantly. He must have forgot to equip a shield. He also manages to capture Lilith in the process. After this, Mordecai and Brick then lead the assault through Iridian Blight to reach the vault. They reach the vault just in time to watch Jack open the vault and release the Warrior. The Vault Hunters kill the Warrior and Jack, freeing Lilith. When Lilith decides to try to destroy the vault key, they discover a map that leads to other vaults all across the universe. And this wraps up Borderlands 2, which is one of the best story games, start to finish, ever. Alright, now here's where things get a little bit tricky. Because Tales from the Borderlands is a Telltale game allowing for multiple paths to be taken, it's kinda hard from a storytelling standpoint. So, I'm just going to cover what is necessary for the full understanding going into Borderlands 3. A Tales character named Reese rebuilds the Atlas Corporation with the help of Zero, who was a Vault Hunter in Borderlands 2. After the events of the Tales from the Borderlands game, the Crimson Raiders are forced to flee Sanctuary and they come across another Tales character named Vaughn, who they hide out with in a bandit camp. Without a base, Scooter's sister Ellie helps build a new spaceship base that they will call Sanctuary. Pandora then experience a period of peace and the Crimson Raiders mostly dissolve. But it actually doesn't go away that easy in the way of the Borderlands games. The Calypso twins begin to stream on the EchoNet and essentially become internet celebrities, or EchoNet celebrities. I don't know, bro. They find it super easy to control bandits and psychos on Pandora, and most bandit clans on Pandora begin to unite with them as their leaders. This group becomes known as the Children of the Vault, or COV for short. Lilith, seeing what the Calypsos are doing, begins to reunite the Crimson Raiders, hoping to fight back against the COV. Overall, 7 years pass between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. And this brings us into the events of Borderlands 3. Lilith sends out a distress call and recruits 4 new Vault Hunters, Mose, Zane, Flak, and Amara, to the Crimson Raiders. Lilith instructs them to capture the Pandora Vault Key that has been lost when they fled Sanctuary. The team then comes across Vaughn, who helps them retrieve the Vault Key from the COV compound. The key directs them to a new planet called Promethea. Before they can board the Sanctuary and travel there though, the Calypso twins arrive and Tyreen leeches Lilith's siren powers, making her a normal human. The COV then travel to Promethea, where they believe that the Great Vault is located. With Lilith's siren powers gone, the Raiders then take off for Promethea to stop the COV. After reaching Promethea, they discover that it is under attack by Malawan, who is led by Katagawa Jr. The Crimson Raiders are contacted by Reese, who is the CEO of Atlas, and asks for help defeating Malawan. The Raiders reach the surface of Promethea, where they defend against Malawan forces. Malawan has also become allies with the COV. Reese directs the team to Athenas, where he informs that part of the Promethean Vault Key is. The team then travels to Athenas, recruiting Maya and her siren protege, Ava, and return to Promethea with the key to defeat Malawan and Katagawa Jr. once and for all. In doing this, they get the rest of the Promethean Vault Key. They then travel to the Vault, believing that it is the Great Vault. However, they only find another Vault monster called the Rampager. After defeating the monster, Tyreen and Troy show up, and Tyreen leeches the Rampager's energy, revealing her plan to do so with every Vault monster, making her extremely powerful. Troy then grabs a hold of Maya, kills and steals her powers. After this, the Raiders regroup on Sanctuary, where Tannis suggests that the Raiders kill the Vault monsters before Tyreen can leech their energy. Now that this plan is set in motion, the Crimson Raiders travel to Eden 6, where they meet Wainwright Jacobs, who was the head of the Jacobs Corporation, as well as boyfriend to Sir Hammerlock. Wainwright informs the Vault Hunters that Hammerlock has been kidnapped by his sister Aurelia. Aurelia has also taken control of the Jacobs Corporation. The Vault Hunters go on to kill Aurelia and save Hammerlock, as well as acquire the key for the Eden 6 Vault. They travel to the Vault and kill the Vault monster Greyward before Tyreen can leech its power. The Calypsos then show up to the Vault and take Tannis captive. The Crimson Raiders then follow the twins back to Pandora, where they manage to rescue Tannis. After they rescue her, she reveals to them that when Angel died back in Borderlands 2, she received Angel's powers, making her a siren. Troy begins the process of opening the Great Vault, which is revealed to actually be on Pandora. And the Vault Key is the moon, Elpis. You know, the one that the Pre Sequal took place on? Troy opening the vault starts to tear Pandora apart, and the Raiders assault the COV. There, they run into Troy, who is leeching his power from Tyreen, and the Raiders manage to defeat him. After killing Troy, his powers are transferred onto Ava, essentially giving Maya's powers to Ava, because Troy had taken those powers from Maya. So it goes Maya to Troy to Ava. After this, the Vault Hunters are contacted by Typhon de Leon, who invites them to the planet of Necrodefeo. There, the Vault Hunters meet Typhon, who is known as the first Vault Hunter. He reveals that the planet Pandora is the Great Vault, and if Tyreen wakes the Destroyer, she will leech its power and become the most powerful siren ever. Tyreen then reveals to the raiders that Typhon de Leon is actually their father. Typhon then leads the raiders to a machine that is able to seal the destroyer away for good. But Tyreen shows up before it can be activated and actually kills her own father. After Typhon de Leon is dead, the Vault Hunters then chase Tyreen back to Pandora, just as she leeches the power of the destroyer. The Vault Hunters fight and eventually beat Tyreen the Destroyer, which returns Lilith's siren powers to her. Since Lilith is now a siren, Lilith decides to sacrifice herself to keep the Great Vault sealed, saving Pandora in the process. And this brings us to the end, for now. Obviously, with Borderlands 4 releasing soon, the story will be continuing. If you enjoyed this video and want to see a Borderlands 4 story breakdown soon, let me know in the comments. Also, this video took a lot of time and effort to make, so be sure to like the video to help more people to see it. As always, thank you guys for all of the support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.